And we are back here now. And so, it is time to leave the swamp. Aside from that thing with the ring, which I'll come back to at a later date, there's really nothing else that I need to do over here at the moment, and I have a couple of quests to turn in.
Where do you go?
I did not mean to click that.
Take me to the other side.
Time is money. Made up your mind?
Are you this much of an idiot? I just asked you to take me.
Ready to go?
I just paid you. Now shut up and take me.
I wouldn't have paid you otherwise. Take me to town.
Yeah, both Geralt and I are getting a little annoyed with this guy, as you can probably imagine. He asks the same thing over and over again. Honestly, if it was up to me, he would ask the whole ready to go thing once or twice, and then after that would just shut up and take you after you gave the money. Okay, back here. We have a couple of quests to take care of. Let me see. We'll take care of these couple of contracts, and then go see Luvarden. So, the gardener, one of those Echinops spores or whatever. We'll give him those. And then Jethro can have his whatchamacallit. It's from the Arc. Oh yeah, the Arc Spore juice. That was it. And it's raining. It's a good thing Geralt's not too bothered about the weather. Otherwise, this might be an issue, considering how often it rains in this game, which is quite a bit, actually. Okay, now where is he? Mr. Gardener, where the fuck are you? I don't see him. I really do not see him. Oh, here he is. It was pointing me in the wrong direction. I am here about the notice.
I'm here about the notice.
You look like a warrior. Care to kill Echinops for me?
Already did.
I finished that and have proof.
Excellent. Here's your gold.
100 orens for doing some glorified weed whacking. Not a bad amount of money, considering what we actually did. And we will see Jethro at the prison now about our Arc Spore contract. We can always do with some more cash after all. Hello, Jethro.
What is it?
I'm here about the notice.
I'm here about the notice.
Right. You have the juices?
Yep, I do.
I do.
Splendid. Here's the gold.
And how much did he give us? 200 orens. Nice. So let me check. We have 2551. Yeah, we have 2,551 orens right now. Now, what are our other quests at the moment? let me see. The only other one we're working on right now is to go and see Luvarden again. So we will head into the trade quarter and deal with that. And give him these encrypted documents. And then we'll see if we can do something about the whole werewolf thing. Because we need to know who the werewolf is to be able to start on the process of breaking the curse. So we have to talk to that prostitute Carmen in the temple quarter outside the brothel. A brothel which we will not be entering, as you may have remembered. Geralt doesn't do sleeping with whores. At least not at this point. That might change in the future. It really depends.
Quite the dangerous one bearing weapons on your back.
Okay, I'm going in the wrong direction. This isn't really a surprise to me. I suck with directions in real life, and I'm little better in most games.
What brings you here?
So, to the end to have a word with Luvarden, I guess. What did you say to me? You watch yourself. So right now, Dandelion is still missing, so we can't give over his loot. So we'll go upstairs and see Luvarden. In here, yeah. Hello.
Yes?
I have the papers that you wanted.
I have the papers you wanted.
Great. I'll deliver them to our codebreakers. Return tomorrow. We'll assay our next move.
Alright. Return to see him later.
This illusion.
So, in the meantime, we'll... Let's see, where was it? We'll go back to the temple quarter to see Carmen about her werewolf boyfriend. See if we can't do another couple of little things before we rest a little bit until morning. And there's that thing with Granny that we have to do at night. So there's a couple of other quests for us to work on at the moment. I'm quick saving, just in case this game crashes. It's pretty rare for Witcher to actually crash, but I've had it happen once or twice. As those of you who have been watching from the beginning will be aware of. And we're pretty much, though not quite, to the point where I ended the session. Like, after I ended this, it was literally I'd gotten that this quest that you get when you advance the Luvarden one after talking to him. I'd gotten to that portion of the quest and continued a bit further, and that was it. And by a bit further, I mean talk to one other person, and in that quest. And after that, it was the end of the session bit that I recorded. So we're pretty much to the end of the point where I know what's going on. After this bit, it will become blind again, which I will be very happy about. I wanted this entire Let's Play to be blind, but technical difficulties isn't all that. are apparently conspiring against me.
A real downpour.
Hello, Carmen.
Greetings. You've returned safely.
The Hierophant revealed the cure for lycanthropy, but I must know your beloved's name.
I'll not betray my man's identity. I'd rather he stay a werewolf.
Let's hope your loyalty isn't his doom.
Yuck. So she won't tell us, and the quest update is to just basically wait to see what happens. So we can't really do anything with that. We have a couple other Witcher contracts, but I'm going to wait on them. The Kikimores, I'm not really sure where we do this at. Like, we have those Kikimore warriors in the swamp, but they don't drop claws. If I remember right, Fletters and Graviers we can find in the cemetery, but I'm not going to do that bit right now. This ring, we could not find the body. The source is that quest that's basically an unofficial argument between Shani and Triss, and when we do it, we have to pick sides between them. So Geralt is avoiding that like the plague for the moment. This flowers and gold one, Yeren Bolt, has vanished, so we aren't able to complete it. Let's see here. Dandelion's loot. Dandelion has vanished, so I'm just going... I imagine he'll turn up again since he's apparently important to Geralt's past. So we'll probably see him again, and we can complete it then. Berengar's secret. As far as we know, Berengar is dead, so that quest is just sitting there until we run into Vesemir again and can let him know. Let me see. This one is just basically Geralt's journal about politics in Vizima, as far as I can tell. The dice one, we just have to play games of dice poker. Blue Eyes here. We promised that night at the inn in the trade quarter we'd help find his sister. Or who he thinks was turned into a vampire. And we've been looking, and we had a look around at night, and nobody was willing to discuss the matter with us, so with that one we're just basically going to wander around and hope we stumble across it. So, for right now, the only two quests we're working on are this Medic in Distress and Lock and Key, and with the Medic one, we want to visit the old lady at night. Because she threw us out during the day. Which is pretty annoying. So I'm going to rest at the inn until it's after dark, and then we're going to go there. And then we'll go to the inn in the trade quarter and rest until dawn, when we'll speak with Luvarden, I think. Hello.
Damn it.
Oops, wrong thing. We have some things stored there.
Damn it.
Any rooms?
Any room?
5 orens.
Alrighty. Okay, and we will meditate for 9 hours. Well, just a little bit after dark. And it's nice and dark, so we can go on our way for this quest.
rest.
Exit now. So, we have to go to the old lady's house and check out the cellar to see what she's been freaking out over to her granddaughter. Because her granddaughter, that medic, asked us to, and Geralt agreed. I guess he felt like doing his good deed for the day or something, to do it for a mere 50 orens. We're not charging an obscene amount of money to her. Because, for one thing, she's one of Shawnee's colleagues, and we do kind of like Shawnee. I don't want to tick her off by extorting one of her colleagues. But also, we felt like doing something just out of the kindness of our heart for the moment. Because Geralt does not do that very often. Do something just because he felt like being nice. No, no, we are not waking Granny up, because then she'll kick us out. And there's a ghoul in the basement. I think I'll do the actual fight rather than just stunning. Oh, it's a flutter. We'll do the actual fight rather than just stun it and do a decapitation. Yeah. That fight is over. Letter. We don't get the materials that we need for our quest, though, I imagine, because this is another quest, and it will be a little bit cheap if we could use one quest to collect the materials for another quest. Let me see here. Or did we? Okay, Flutter Fangs is what we need for that quest. Let me check here. Wing membrane. Nope, we did not get the fangs. And Grandma is probably looking like, what the hell? Is there someone inside my house? And why were there sounds of fighting just now? She was probably thinking like that and then dismissed it as a dream. That, or she was sleepwalking. Could have been either one, honestly. Oh. There's Dandelion.
Geralt, I was looking for you. I had no idea Nurse Natala was such a wellspring
What's going on
of passion.
here?
You ever seen her leaning over patients? Those eyes.
Dandelion.
In any case, I was on my way here to entertain Natala with some scintillating conversation when I passed these two odd-looking men dragging out this kid who was hollering and crying. They called him by his name. I think it was Alpin or Albin or something.
Oh dear.
Shit, that's who I'm here for.
Well, you'll be proud of me. Oblivious to any danger, I decided to help the kid and followed them. They dragged him to this house.
You're right. I am impressed.
Told you. You have to take me with you this time. This is true ballad material. Matter of fact, I'll lead you there. The house is in the non-human district. Follow me.
Oh dear. We've accidentally triggered that quest to find Alvin. I did not want to do that. I did not want to do that at all. But now we have to follow Dandelion to know where the house is. But I'm not planning on going in there just yet. Sorry.
This is where they brought Alvin.
Great. Wait here and don't enter until the fighting stops.
You always tell me to wait outside. No. This time I'm going in with you. I'll create a new genre.
Dandelion,
The proactive
that's
ballad.
stupid.
I don't want you around when I start swinging.
Okay. I guess poetry requires sacrifices. Geralt, hurry!
And now we gotta go in here and take care of this whole situation. So I'll be killing you guys now. Enjoy death.
Die, bastard!
You should enjoy being dead. It'll be something you're good at long last. Dying can be your one true talent. Unlike when you're alive, you'll have some skill with the matter.
I'm glad you're here.
Everything will be all right.
Are they dead?
Yes, Alvin. They gave me no choice.
I understand, Geralt. Take me away from here.
Okay.
Whoa, that's a lot of blood. Geralt. And here's the boy. See? Where would you be without me? Shh.
They're coming. Grab the kid and go out back.
You heard them outside? Amazing. Okay, I'll take him. But where?
Okay. This is the situation Geralt did not want to get into so soon, but when he was just going to inform that lady that the situation with her grandmother was dealt with, we just sort of stumbled into everything. So we're going to have to make a choice now. And here's my thinking. Yes, Triss doesn't exactly have a lot of experience with children, and Shawnee probably does. But Alvin has magical powers. We know that. He's apparently able to see visions of prophecies and can summon demons to him and everything. And let's be honest here. Shawnee doesn't know the first thing about magic. Alvin needs to be with someone in Geralt's mind, from a purely objective point of view. Alvin needs to live with somebody who understands magic and will be able to deal with those kinds of situations. Which unfortunately means that Shawnee is not an option. So we'll have to send him to Triss. Plus she's a sorceress and will be best capable of protecting him from Salamander and those kinds of threats. Shawnee, as much as Geralt likes her, she's just a medic. She doesn't have real combat experience. So we have to look at the bigger picture here. Triss is, all in all, the best option. She's a sorceress. She can protect Alvin both from Salamander and threats like that, as well as from his own abilities should they get out of control. If his abilities got out of control and he was with Shawnee, it would be a disaster. He could tear a building. We don't know what he could do. He could tear buildings apart and accidentally kill people? Who knows? So we're going to take him to Triss. So, yeah, Dandelion, take him to Triss. She's a sorceress. She'll protect him best.
Take him to Triss. She's a sorceress. She'll protect him best.
Oof. Doubt that'll make Shawnee happy. But it's better than angering a sorceress, I guess.
Yeah.
Get going.
Okay. I'll leave the boy with Triss.
It's the best option. It's the best option for you. As much as Geralt doesn't like having to take sides like this, out of all the available options, sending Alvin to Triss is really the best one. We've seen his magical abilities in that situation at the beginning of Chapter 1 with the dogs, so we know he's capable of incredible feats of magic. And when we had to use that potion with the witch, Amelia, or whatever her name was, to find Salamandra's hideout at the beginning, in the middle of that same chapter. Unfortunately, because as much as we would like to satisfy both people, that's just not possible. We had to make a choice, and Triss was the best option. She understands magic, being a sorceress. And, in addition to understanding magic, she can also help Alvin control his powers, which we need to do. He needs to be able to control his own abilities, or it'll be a disaster. From what we've seen, he has some incredibly potent magical abilities, and we do not want to see that kind of power getting out of control. So as much as I'm sure Geralt did not want to have to choose to side with either Shani or Triss on this, in the end, he had to choose Triss. Hell, I don't like having to make that choice. Sorry everyone, I had to mute the microphone because I had to cough for a second. As I was saying, I don't like having to make that choice. I like Shani and Triss both. They're great characters, and I really like them. But...
Damn, it's hot in this thing.
But... And actually, I think we'll go and see Triss when it's day again. As I was saying, I don't like having to choose between Shani and Triss, but from a purely objective point of view, Alvin needs to be with someone who can both protect him from external threats like Salamandra, who definitely want to use his powers for their own goals. Whatever they are, we know they're bad. Even if we're not sure exactly what those goals are. Like I was saying, Alvin needs to be with someone who can protect him from threats like that, and someone who can teach him how to control his own powers. Because if he can see, if he can do what's essentially seeing visions of prophecies and summoning monsters to him, and who knows what he can do. We don't need that kind of power uncontrolled. And that's why I chose Triss. Even if I do like Shani, that's not enough reason for me to send him to stay with her.
Can I help you?
As much as I would like to.
I need rest. Got a room?
Yes, 5 orens.
Although, there's also the fact that choosing that would piss off Triss, and she is a dear friend, seeing as he's essentially been the one who's responsible for helping Geralt with a lot of these situations. Like Kaer Morhen at the beginning, and